every hour of the day. So we've got Dave Franco addresses Luigi Mangione comparisons after fans begged for Star to play the CEO killer in the Luigi movie. We've got from CEOs heinous killing, a window into the perils of unfairness when people crave leadership. We've got public outrage boils over in Luigi's case. We've got inmate brothers keep close eye on Luigi case. Luigi, a symptom of an ill society. Suspect in UHC CEO shooting hires noted New York lawyer who's married to Diddy's attorney. And these are all just in the last, so many hours of today. All right, so we will start with the diddler. Let's get a picture of him up while we go over these diddler stories. And I know the person who's making the allegations in the first diddler story, the guy in the circle on the photo, he is associated with somebody I know. So there is the possibility we could get Mr. Pines, is his name, on the podcast. Now, when we're doing these stories, we've always got to say that Diddy is pre-trial. There is a presumption of innocence. His lawyers are saying he's going to go to trial and win, and all this is going to get thrown out, which remains to be seen. But today's allegations include Diddy's former PA described the sickening moment that Diddy allegedly ordered him to have beep with a girl to prove his loyalty. Philip Pines broke down in tears while recounting the moment Diddy allegedly grabbed him by the shoulders during one of his notorious parties and gave him a massage like a coach would give a player. According to Pines, Diddy handed him a rubber and told him, "Prove your loyalty to me," referring to himself as king, and he motioned towards a girl in the room. Pines told Investigation Discovery, this documentary has come out. Let me see. This documentary has come out, and there's just so many Diddy documentaries out there right now. I'm losing track. So Pines told Investigation Discovery that he reluctantly performed for a bit and then ran out of the room when Diddy, who had been drinking and partying all day, wasn't looking anymore. So this is in the fall of Diddy, a documentary screening on Max and Discovery Plus, with Pines' interview available from Tuesday. So that's yesterday, I believe. All right, so the lawsuit state, hold on a minute, something's tampering with my computer right now. Let's keep going. Pines worked for Diddy between 2019 and 2021, and Diddy treated him like an animal playing fetch in order to prove his loyalty. Pines said that the loyalty was everything to Diddy, and that the only reason he got so close to him was by doing his every bidding. The moment he had to prove himself was something I won't forget. My life changed, and I'll never really recover from it, he said tearfully. Diddy had been drinking all day. He was asked to set up for the next stage, the party with alcohol, the green, ciggies, and substances. Things turned dark quickly. I took a shot with them, a drink. That was his way of making sure you felt comfortable. I go back to the office, sit there, get summoned again, take a shot. He's out of his mind. He's in rare form, as we would call it. Fighting back tears, he said, I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, your king." He grabbed me by the shoulders, gave me a massage like a coach would give a player that's about to enter the game, handed me a rubber, pushed me to a girl that was on the couch, a guest. I froze before it took place. I didn't know what was happening. In the moment, it felt like, what is this fun for him? Is this a test for entertainment? Does he know he's doing this? Is he that gone? I didn't know what to do. She gave me consent, yeah, nodded her head, and I performed for a little bit. And then I ran out of there as soon as I didn't see him in my sight anymore. He said he didn't say no because he had seen previous employees be physically assaulted if they stood up to Diddy. I saw how angry he could get from the simplest thing. I thought to myself, if I don't do this, I don't know what's going to happen. Pines now has a great sense of remorse and felt a bomb would explode if he spoke about this harrowing experience. Openly crying, he said, I come from a Christian background and I lean on those morals heavily. And then we've also got revelations in the documentary, damning text messages sent to Pines by Christina Coram, who has been likened to the Maxwell as a recruiter. Pines says that Coram and Diddy were so close, it was like they were in a marriage. A video shot by Pines showed Diddy toasting Coram as my soul sister. She would be the one to text Pines to set up a hotel room or a room in one of Diddy's luxury homes for what he knew as Wild King nights or freak-offs. They included, according to Pines, a laundry list of things, including the Ket, the green, the mushies, the baby oil, male libido supplements, and Astroglide, the lubricant. One text from Quran detailed what was needed for a party, and it read Gatorade, 5 bottles of blue water, 3 bottles of chloro, stuff that knocks people out. Okay, did the seasonal circos, 5 tequilas, 2 each of wine. Another text referred to a string of prescripts. I won't read them out because of the algorithm. Things that are known for people getting boners. And a message sent to Pines, red, and these ones look like uppers and downers. A third one asked for 2 Whispering Angel Rose, 1 Astroglide, 2 baby oil. Another says, hey, PD needs a drop off of the following, please. 4 of those young coconuts, 7 bottles baby oil, 7 bottles of Astroglide, his Apple TV. And the message went on to say Pines may have to visit some adult stores to get the supplies. The documentary also features several voice memos sent to Pines by Diddy. One of them says, Phil, I need some. And that's a boner drug. Another said, give me 20 Xannies, please. A third said, I need a plan B, referring to morning after pills. In other voice memos, Diddy said, I need 10 Adderall, and asked for Pines to bring him the mushroom caps, the microdose. Pines' jobs included cleaning up the mess, emergency cleanup, if Diddy had wrecked a hotel room. Quote, this was one of the hardest things to do. When you get there, you see the wreckage, the stains, the used rubbers, the baby oil half used, Astroglide oozing down the sides of the bottle, and you have to pick it up, broken glass, urine, blood, stains on the furniture. I kid you not. You could slip because there was baby oil all over the floor. There would be baby oil surrounding the bathtub, and there would be a bathtub full of water. You'd reach down to unplug, and you'd feel the baby oil at the top. Wow. He shuddered as he said, you could only imagine what had been happening in the room hours earlier. It's disgusting. It's a little triggering because the smell of baby oil is something I don't ever want to smell again. He said he allegedly saw Diddy being violent towards a girl and ordered her to take off her hoodie so she was topless. Pines covered the woman with his jacket and bundled her into an Uber. On another occasion, he had to drive a woman to her hotel who was visibly shaking and said she had never done anything like that before. He said Diddy's life was a circus. He could do whatever he wanted. He alleged he's a predator, and I mean that in a sexually charged way, a manipulation way. He has an innate ability to make you feel comfortable and do things you would never do. When Diddy hosted red light parties, rooms filled with red lights because he allegedly thought it made people think about sex, Pines said he became a stark and heavy person. That was my experience, everybody's experience who knew him beyond the lights and cameras. It's dark around him, it's very dark. So that is called The Fall of Diddy, from that documentary, which is just coming out now. All right, so there is another Diddy story, and this one involves baby oil as well. Let me have a quick chug of this. So this one says a woman who allegedly had a 4-year relationship with Diddy claimed that she saw him months before his arrest. Identified by the pseudonym Nicole, she broke her silence in a Rolling Stone interview, alleging that she last visited Diddy in July 2024, when he allegedly shoved 2 pills into her mouth. She said the drugs made her black out and she only woke up several hours later in a destroyed room surrounded by empty bottles of baby oil, a hookah, towels, food, and wine bottles. When she immediately went home, she tried to put distance between herself and Diddy. He allegedly last reached out in September 2024, asking her to visit him in New York City, one day before he was arrested. Nicole, denying his request, filed an anonymous lawsuit and accused him of SA and battery. The person that I was so in love with, that I cared about like family, I'm finding out every single day that this person is a monster, Nicole said. I was making up excuses for him, drugging and SAing me. I'm finding out that maybe I didn't know this person and I was just manipulated. In a legal filing, she details an encounter with Diddy, claiming she would be tasked with performing a show for him. He would make them take the disco biscuits together before Nicole was encouraged to coat herself in warmed baby oil. An overwhelming amount of baby oil was found at his compounds, as we know. According to Nicole, he frequently used the oil during these encounters, and they could often go through an entire bottle in less than 5 minutes. She also apparently knew better than to push back at Diddy's requests. Quote, I feel like the devil that would come out of him would during these turn-up times. It would be like a switch. We would be having so much fun. And then there's like a time when he's just taking it too far drug-wise, and he wants exactly what he wants. He's never put his hands on me, but I knew what he was capable of. So Diddy's not reacted to these latest allegations, but he has denied other similar claims. And we know about Diddy's indictment, and we've also got to say, we've got to keep adding this, Diddy is pleading not guilty to the claims, and he's been denied bail 4 times, and his attorneys are disappointed in what they believe is the decision to pursue an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Diddy is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and a proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children and working to uplift the Black community. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York in anticipation of the charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. And we openly invite Diddy's lawyers to come on this channel and give Diddy's side of the story. May the record reflect that in the interests of balanced journalism, or any of Diddy's representatives or family members are invited to come on this channel to give their side of the story. And my guest booker has reached out to some of them. Let that be entered into the record, and we await their responses. So we will see what's going to happen there. All right, let me just see how everyone's doing in the chat while I have another quick chug of this before what an oily mess before we go on to the next story. How did you guys like our 2 interviews yesterday? We had Kirby Summers on, who was absolutely on fire. Kirby Summers was one of my regular guests 5 years ago now on the Jeffrey E case. And I've not had her on the channel since the great removal of the Jeffrey content. But she was so well researched yesterday. She has been just researching the hell out of this stuff ever since the Jeffrey case. Oh, thanks, Jules. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw Kirby Summers yesterday. Put a 2 in the chat if you did not. If you did not, you are missing out. M13, thank you. She was on point. Thanks, Chris. Yeah. And then after Kirby, a few hours later, we had Raja on, who broke down from his perspective, looks like mostly ones, thanks, from his perspective, how the grooming gangs are working with the politicians. They got this system whereby they get them votes. It's a complex system, which Raja broke down. And absolutely fascinating, and he's had all kinds of threats to his life over it. So if you guys missed those phenomenal interviews that we did yesterday, check out Kirby Summers exposing Hollywood, and then Raja exposing the gangs working with the politicians. All right, so we've got Luigi news coming up, we've got academics news coming up, but let's just look at this Beyonce and Jay-Z stuff. Beyonce set to perform a string of UK concerts as she presses ahead with the world tour amid Jay-Z's SA lawsuit. Even with him plagued by these allegations, she's jetting to the UK to perform 8 concerts this summer. I wonder what her reception is going to be like in light of these, or does she just have an army of die-hard fans, probably young people who aren't too hip to deep dives like the kind of stuff we look at here. And I'm just curious if it's going to be business as usual for her. So she's about to reveal she's going to perform the concerts at the Tottenham Hotspur London Stadium in July as part of the world tour to support her #1 album, Cowboy Carter. She postponed the January 14th announcement, which she has been teasing since Christmas Day NFL halftime performance. She took to social media to share a note of hundreds of millions of followers. Hundreds of millions of followers. So imagine even if a percentage of those followers are hip to what's going on, even if those people decide not to go to these concerts, there's still so many others out there. She's probably just going to completely sell out anyway. We will see. So, let's see. Many of her fans speculated that she's going to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show on February 9th. But it has since been announced Kendrick Lamar and SZA will be the performers. Ooh. Wonder if that's because of Jay-Z. The January 14th announcement will be postponed to a later date due to the devastation caused by the wildfires. Blah, blah, blah. The singer pledged a $2.5 million donation to fire relief efforts via her Bay Good Foundation. And let's see, her sister is deeply concerned about how Beyonce's career and well-being will be impacted by the ongoing backlash from the lawsuit. Yeah, we've covered that stuff about her sister. Her new shows this summer will go ahead with Oasis's head-to-head with Oasis's sellout tour, which begins in Cardiff in July and ends in London in September. All right, let's get rid of that one. And we've got, we've said from the very beginning, it's these billions of pounds worth or dollars worth of deals riding on Jay-Z's reputation. We're not seeing new deals every week with Diddy, are we? but we're seeing new deals every week with Jay-Z and Beyonce announcing tours and trying to parlay everything into the success of Blue Ivy. So Rock Nation is entering the emerging music royalty trading market through a partnership with South Korean fintech company Musical, positioning itself as a direct competitor to JKBX in the US. This new platform is scheduled to launch in the first quarter of 2025, which allows music rights owners to securely fractionalize royalty revenue from their songs and sell shares, enabling fans to earn alongside them, Rock Nation said this month. Early registrants are being offered $10 in their Musical wallet upon sign up. Musical purchases the copyright of a song from its original creator and splits the rights into smaller portions, allowing members on the platform to buy shares in the copyright royalties. This service is similar to what is being offered by JKBX, which has already established itself in the market. JKBX began its soft launch in 2023, initially allowing users only to reserve royalty shares while awaiting regulatory approval from the US SEC. With full regulatory approval now secured, JKBX has been facilitating actual purchases of music royalty shares since March 2024. Through JKBX, users can buy royalty stakes in hits written and or recorded by various superstar songwriters and artists ranging from Beyonce to Ryan Tedder, Timbaland, the Jonas Brothers, Camila Cabello, Maya Lazar, One Republic, Ed Sheeran, Louis Bell, and more. Rock Nation said its partnership with Musical will allow superfans to earn revenue alongside their favorite artists by introducing music royalties as an alternative asset class. The music industry is evolving into a shared ecosystem where fans and creators can earn together, said Rock Nation Vice Chairman Jay Brown. Our mission is not only to support and empower artists by providing the tools and services they need to build a better music ecosystem, but also to give everyone access to the financial opportunities the music industry offers. Wu Ri, CEO of Musical US, said, "Partnering with Rock Nation is an incredible opportunity to drive innovation and redefine the future of our industry. I'm confident that together we have the vision, expertise, and enthusiasm to create transformative progress and unlock limitless potential." This partnership comes 2 months after news outlets in Korea reported Rock Nation is expected to invest about $5 million in Musical to become the startup's second largest shareholder with a 20% stake. Founded in Korea in 2016, Musical launched its online beta service in July 2017, and it was designated as an innovative financial service by Korea's Financial Services Commission in September 2022. Following a year of prep, the company rolled out Music Revenue Securities, which it described as intangible property rights trust beneficiary securities. Musical launched in 2022 in the US with KRW 6 billion, US dollars 4.2 million, investment from Seoul-based aerospace and defense company Hanwha Systems. In 2023, Musical attracted an additional 60 billion, 41.9 million, from its existing investor, Seoul-based venture capital and private equity firm STIC Investments. And as of September 24, the company's membership stood at 1.2 million, with total transactions reaching $293 million, according to Korean news outlet Global Economics. They plan to accelerate its entry into the US by rolling out its music copyright service based on token securities. So again, we are just seeing Diddy doing deal week after week. And the more vested interests he's got riding upon the value of his reputation, the more protection he's got from the allegation and the lawsuit and anything else attempting to surface. So he's shielding himself strategically by surrounding himself with multi-billion-dollar business partners who are not going to want to take a hit if the dam breaks